actually as good as I ever seen, probably the best I ever seen.
Chris Olave and Garrett Wilson are lighting it up in the NFL this year. Coming into last season, and they got asked who's the best wide receiver on the team. They both said the same name, Jaxon Smith-Njigba. JSN went on to outproduce both that year, and when they sat out of the Rose Bowl in 2021, JSN exploded for over 300 yards and 3 touchdowns. Expectations couldn't have been higher coming into this season, but unfortunately, he suffered a bad hamstring injury in the first game, and that was a wrap on his year. So let's go back to his 2021 tape to see what he showed us on film and what questions still remain about him. Let's get right into it. First, let's look at JSN's route running. It's arguably his best trait, but it's not always ankle-breaking eye candy. With JSN, it's all about the little things. Check out this play. It's a simple slot fade and Stroud actually misses the throw. But when I first watched it, I was like, wait, he didn't do anything complicated. How did he get that open? But let's slow it down. Watch how he angles his route just slightly to the inside at first, and he explodes vertically. The defender has to flip his hips into a full sprint, but the second he turns, JSN starts to fade to the outside. It's so subtle you don't even notice, but look how much separation he creates. But lest you think he can't snap off the stem of a route, watch him slow play this to the outside, and then boom, he's inside and wide open. Speaking of slow playing, this is a signature for JSN. He's great at varying his speed to lull the defender to sleep and then turn on the jets at the last second to create separation. He's also excellent against the zone. He's got such a knack for finding the soft spot and stopping in just the right place to give his quarterback a throwing window. Check out this craftiness. At the line, he diagnoses that it's a zone defense. The deep safety is responsible for not letting anyone get behind him. So the defender who is initially running with JSN is coached to let him go if it's a deep route. He knows he has help behind him. The hole in the zone is here. But if JSN drifts towards the middle right away, his defender will come with him. So what JSN does is genius. He goes just vertical enough so the defender thinks he's going deep and lets him go past. Then he immediately and sharply breaks inside to the open spot in the zone. I saw him do this exact thing tons of times on film, and he almost always created a big play off of it. His football IQ is off the charts. Bottom line, JSN is always open. And he's pretty good after the catch too. He's got a knack for spatial awareness, knowing when he needs to catch on the move and when to stop and juke. His lateral agility and acceleration are excellent, and he frequently makes use of a nice little stiff arm. Here he knows exactly where the sticks are, and the stiff arm plus a little dive gives him just enough yardage to move the chains. In terms of ball skills, he's pretty average. He has great ball tracking on deep balls, and he's shown the ability to make some really nice catches, so I wouldn't call this a weakness. But he's a little on the small side, and contested catches are few and far between on his tape, so I wouldn't call it a strength either. Now you may be wondering where I got my All-22 film. For those that don't know, All-22 is this zoomed out coach's tape where you can see the whole play for all 22 players on the field. The guy you're scouting never goes off screen. This is huge for scouting rookies, and it can be really hard to come by. But look no further. The DynastyNerds.com film room has hundreds of games of All-22 film, and we cut out every second that you don't need so you can watch a full game in under 10 minutes and see all the strengths and weaknesses, not just the highlights. Sign up today at DynastyNerds.com and use the promo code COOP for 15% off. Now let's get back into it. There's two main questions about JSN that he didn't get a chance to try and answer this year. The first is, can he play outside or is he just a slot guy? JSN played 89% of his snaps out of the slot in 2021, with Olave and Wilson holding it down on the outside. Many were hoping to see him play on the outside more in 2022 with those guys gone, but he never got the chance. While that would have been nice to see, I think we've seen he can be an excellent fantasy asset while also primarily playing in the slot. Chris Godwin, Amon-Ra St. Brown, and Cooper Kupp come to mind. NFL offenses are moving to tons of 3 wide receiver sets, and the slot tends to get lots of favorable matchups against slot corners or linebackers. So this one isn't a huge concern for me. The second question is, how athletic is he? His size is pretty average, and he doesn't look incredibly explosive on tape. His coaches and teammates all say he's much more athletic than he's given credit for, and that he's going to surprise at the combine. From what I can see, he's got excellent short area quickness with enough speed and acceleration to get the job done. His combine is one that I'll have a close eye on, but even if he doesn't test as one of the most athletic guys in the class, I'm not going to be overly concerned unless he totally bombs it like David Bell, which would surprise me. Route running and creating separation is much more important to me than being tall and fast. Like I said, it's the little things with JSN. Amon-Ra St. Brown is the guy he reminds me of most. And if you've been following this channel for a while, you may remember that I said to sell Amon-Ra St. Brown last offseason. I couldn't have been more wrong. He didn't look crazy athletic on tape. He wasn't taking ankles as a route runner or posterizing with contested catches. So I made the mistake of assuming he's just an average Joe. What I missed is his nuanced attention to detail, his football IQ that led to always being in the right place at the right time, his toughness, all the things that make him Goff's most trusted target and a guy the coach just can't keep off the field. Well, JSN has all those qualities too, and this time I'm not going to miss it. For more rookie breakdowns, check out this playlist right here, and I'll see you there.